That's a shrimp burger my way with Flavor Seeds Tidewater seafood seasoning on the shrimp and OG salt, pepper, and garlic seasoning in the coleslaw. Super quick coleslaw. I don't even want to take the time to chop up cabbage. We've got this organic coleslaw blend. We're gonna throw some OG, some mayonnaise, a little bit of vinegar, and we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get it marinating so it gets all the flavors in there. And this is gonna be great on shrimp burgers. If you've been following me, you know I do everything I don't measure much at all. So I'm sorry about that. I've just got maybe half a cup of mayonnaise in there. We're gonna stir that up. Wow, look how beautiful that is. All right, we're gonna throw, I love these bags. I cook with my hands. I season with my hands. I just grab some and I just throw it in there. And then, you know, you want to taste this because everybody's palate's different. You want to try and taste it and see what you like. You know, I put 2 big pinches in there right now. We're going to mix it up. We're going to throw a little white wine vinegar in there just to give it a little acidity. Ooh, okay. Maybe should have measured that. All right. So we're just gonna get this mixed up. And this is done. That was maybe 30 seconds. And you've got some good coleslaw here. It's not overly mayonnaise-y. It's gonna be nice, well seasoned, good stuff. All right, the most important part. We're gonna taste it, see how well seasoned it is, see if we need to add anything. You know what? That's really good. But I think I'm just gonna add another pinch here. That's why it's important to taste what you're doing. One more little pinch. All right, that should be good. Give it another little mix up. All right. Now this is gonna get, as it sits, you know, those flavors are gonna meld. It's gonna get a little bit more. So don't overdo it there. All right, one more little pinch. That's perfect. Into the fridge. Okay, so to go with that coleslaw, we're making shrimp for the shrimp burgers, shrimp sliders, whatever you want to call. I call them shrimp burgers. It's just gonna be shrimp and coleslaw on a bun. We're gonna throw some olive oil and butter in this pan. We're gonna saute the shrimp with some Tidewater seasoning. Super simple, easy, done in a minute. All right, these are the frozen shrimp. I love using fresh. I wasn't able to get to the store. I had frozen. So we're just gonna run that under cool water to thaw them out. They're ready to go into the pan. Maybe a tablespoon of butter. Key ingredient, the Tidewater. And we're just gonna season these till they're coated. You can, this seasoning is not too heavy on salt. So you can season these really well without being overly salty. It's gonna give you some great flavor. You're gonna get a little salt from the butter if you use buttered salt. All right, and we've got this pan pretty hot. We're not blackening anything, this one. All right, that is gonna be great. Just kind of get each shrimp in contact with the pan. And really, it's probably gonna be a minute or two max until these things turn pink, and that's what we want. You can get these in organic. These are King's Hawaiian slider buns. I just happened to be in a store that didn't have organic, so this is what we're using. All right, we're just gonna start flipping these around. You know, if you're in a hurry, you can just stir them around. They'll get there, but make sure to kind of flip them over, make sure both sides get real good. And look, I mean, this has been probably a minute and a half. It is not long, guys. Cooked shrimp. And these are almost done. I mean, I could probably, in fact, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the pan off. I'm gonna turn the heat off. It's just the heat from the pan is gonna finish cooking these. And that's it. I mean, we're done with these sliders. We just gotta assemble them. Okay, we've got our OG coleslaw here. You know, these are sliders, so you don't need a ton. This little bag of coleslaw is gonna make a ton of sliders. All right, so we got a nice amount there. Please excuse the mess here. I'm kind of running fast to show you guys what we're doing. And just, you know, you can put as much or as little shrimp on there as you want to. And then what I really like about this is the heat from the shrimp is gonna kind of soften up these buns here. And if you've got a toothpick and you want to kind of put that in there to hold it together, that's a shrimp burger my way with Flavor Seeds Tidewater seafood seasoning on the shrimp and OG salt, pepper, and garlic seasoning in the coleslaw. Let's give it a go while it's hot. This is something that you can do right before your guests get here, and then they're nice and warm for them. So good. Oh my gosh. I wish you could try this.